So we have our post login or our post show login handler that will allow us to validate whether someone is actually in the database, has the correct username, which is an email address, and has the correct password, but we don't have any information in our database. So if I look at the table users, and I'll show you using Postico, but you can use dbeaver or whatever client you want. This is my users table, and it's currently empty. And I can easily enough add someone, so I can put myself in here, Trevor Soller. My email will be or I'll call it admin@admin.com. Here's the problem, password. What am I going to put in for password? Because I'm not storing clear text passwords, because that's a serious violation of good security. So I need some means of generating a hash from a valid password. How am I going to do that? Well, let's fill out the rest of this stuff first. I'll make my access level 3, which I've arbitrarily decided is going to be the admin level of access, and create it out. I'll put in some date. There's one. But I still need some means of putting a password in there. Well, it's actually pretty easy. And what I'm going to do is take you to some code that I've written and saved on play.golang.org, which is a nice place where you can actually enter short programs and run them right from a web browser. And you'll see here that I've created a very simple program that has just package main, and it has two imports, the format package and this one, bcrypt, which we're using already in our code. And all I'm doing is specifying a password as a string variable, and I've used arbitrarily the password. By the way, don't use the password in production. It's a bad idea. But I just want to get this running. And then I'm using the bcrypt package to actually generate a hash from a password. It takes two parameters. The first one is a slice of bytes, and I'm just taking my string password and passing that in as a slice of bytes. And the second parameter will generate the level of complexity for the hash. And then I'm just printing it out. So when I run this, I actually get a hashed password. So I'll copy that. Oops, get the whole thing here. Copy it, go back to my database editor, and paste that password in. And then save changes. And now I have an entry in the database that I can actually use to test validation when we log in, to test whether or not someone has entered the correct password. So I've put a link to the actual this code on play.golang.org on the course resources, or you can just type this out in your favorite text editor and run it on your local machine. It's entirely up to you. So we'll test the newly added user in the database in the next lecture.